Hello family, welcome to Back to the Roots. Today we are in the palace of King Onikoyi of Ouidah.
Alabi.
We'll let the priest introduce himself. Oh, Baba, mi kan hobi.
Oh, what to do?
Mi kan hobi. Oh, mina ni wa mi go ran to ta wa pere mi ma ka ho pere bi oni. Lo no nu kontan mi na bi mi no ni do mi le kesi. Oh, mi ko ra bi to mi.
Yeah. Apostle Alabi Adémonla Onikoyi.
King
Ayọ̀nulẹ̀ sí Apostle Ikoyi sí Apostle Onikoyi village location.
Okay, I'm the representative of the descendant of Ikoyi. Descendant of Ikoyi living in Ouidah. So it is a tribe from Yoruba land, and their descendants are here for many centuries now. So I'm their representative. So I'm King Alabi Adémonla Onikoyi. So we are in his palace to ask him some questions about Yoruba tradition. And our topic today is to know more about Oro, which is from Yoruba land, Nango belief or culture. We often hear, or it is not given to women to enter the convent of Oro. We would like to know why women are not allowed to see Oro. That is our first goal. The first question we're going to ask the priest. Oh, me can help you. Oh, nimi wa mi go egbetion. Mi bana kanu pe de bi olo fen do mesin apakwe. Do tajio Oro de mi no se ni o me de so dan di no nango sin fodun era. Nango le sin mwe. O boy kono nyonu kuna mo Oro mi cambiero etewe mo anjio e no pe umono ba je mo men mi an ndo nyonu idon awo edo ofofo tande ka no uvra bo ami no pede me hore kuno ndo no etan le yin yaya mo o mi na sepo nu no le me mo do nu ndo anango sin apa ho ni le mo na yi mi me pede no ezo mo mi wa koko afodo agba mi ton sa di ni
Nyɔnu ne yi ne vɔ me xoxo le wo ekozi nu etɔ lo. Enu mo nu yi kaka dze egbe. Nyɔnu enu mo wolo.
It is not a will from us.
Ne nyɔnu kɔn mo wolo a. Nyɔnu ne ko ge sinu kuma wolo besi.
Okay, Martin. It is not from us, it is since our forefathers' time, and women are not allowed to see Oro. And if women are not to see Oro, you have any way to know that Oro starts from a woman. It is a woman who really knows what Oro is. Everything started from a woman.
Oh, nyɔnu bi si tun Oro a. Oro nyɔnu bi si tun Oro a. Àmọ́ nyɔnu ne ko ge de esɔ dea du wo ekpitan wòle dɔsa wo ekpitan o nyɔnu ne ko ge ne Oro dzɔro ne ko tɔna le fofo de ko le ìsọ́sí mọ ọ̀rọ̀ ló ń tẹ́ nyɔnu wọn do akɔta gègé lé wọn yìí lọ nyɔnu nu yanu yìí ló hẹ̀ kúà yìí ló hẹ̀ ìsèkìrìà yìí ẹmẹ zɔn yìí ló ń dọ̀kọ́ wúrawúrawúrawúra ọ̀rọ̀ nous si c'est quand ni yinima si c'est un gléo raison nous si c'est une blasphémie si ça une profaner si ça si c'est un système et nous tendu nous no Alabi no ali no dio de yonu sin no miagbon ni ikra yidikon irahe le bibli
Okay.
irahe dagbede inoa ororo no wendoe no hanue no gbeme no towe mun dagbede yonu ni yonu se kan wa lo itan ena esin no orokan ena irahe to gbe han
Ma ti mene.
ìpínlẹ̀ ẹwẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sínú yíyá ìtàn wọ ẹwẹ́ blasphemy vaudouin blasphemy profane vaudouin wà lọ ní ọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹwẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ìta ìtògbélé ìta gbàtò ló létòlétò gbẹ́tọ̀bì lérò tóbi mẹ́rin nílẹ̀dẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀rọ wà. Il est grand kaka mo dosi mo na fi gbule e me no so wa lo de ni si ni o mo ma no he nuwa mo no ya no ndo ko wala ni ma profane o e we so bueno da gbele o anu hanu Wendo to binajai.
All right. When we're talking about Oro and other spiritual stuff, and we say women are not allowed to see, as far as Oro is concerned, I've just told you that it started from a woman. And a woman is the person who really brings what we call Oro. But no other woman is allowed to see Oro. Why? It is just because women and men are not based on the same principle. When you take women, their nature, they do not keep some secret. When they get vexed, when they are angry, they could reveal things that will do good to nobody. And for the society to be a good place for everyone, for our worship things to be kept sacred, our elders set up things in a way that women are not allowed to approach or to learn some secret. Just to keep them sacred because of the advantages that we can draw from those things. When you give those secrets to women, they may keep it, but when they get angry, they will mess up everything. And this will be dangerous, will jeopardize not only their own lives, but the whole society. That's why our elders organize things that way. So, saying that women will not see Oro, it is not a question of sacred things. If they do it, they will die, or they do it, this thing will happen. No. It is just because women's nature do not keep strong things. There are secrets that they cannot keep for themselves only. They will share it. When even if they do their best to keep it secret, when they are angry, they will reveal it. That's why things are like that. Nous on est dit on mikado.
Yon luku gewe moro. Le yonu kamoro bon na tile.
Okay. I will now explain you why it is a woman or how Oro start from a woman.
Bon, non, le oro jogo joro nukuntam. Mekaido. Oro resuado la ver. Isai. Tori royaume de royaume Isai.
The question of Oro or the practice of Oro start from a village that we call Isen in Oyo. It is a place that we call Isen in Oyo State. So it is from Isen that Oro originated from. It is not something of today.
Oh.
The king of that district, of that area, the king had 7 wives, and none of the wives had no child.
Oracle.
So, the king had 7 wives, and none of them bear any child. They didn't have any children. He doesn't have one child. So, a passerby who was a priest, a divine, they're talking about oracle reader, a man who do divination, Ifa priest, who was not from the area but was passing by. And then the king heard of him and then sent his people to call the Ifa priest for him. And then the Ifa priest went to his palace and he wanted to know what was happening, and none of his wives was being able to give birth to any children. So the king asked the Bokono, the Ifa priest, okay, I would like to know something. Are you really good at your stuff? I would like to take a reading about my compound, my family, my wives. Okay. And the sign that was out that day was Mwele Donsa, when you have Mwele on your right and Sa on your left. And in Yoruba land, they will simply say Mwele Asen. Mwele Asen. They will, today in Yoruba land, it will be, they say Mwele Asen, not Mwele Donsa. So Mwele Donsa is fun contest. When that sign came out, the very first thing that the Bokono, the oracle, said is, there's somebody who died and is not yet buried. The corpse is still on the ground.
Emi di kaka dacha dime. Emi dacha dime.
So the king told him, no, there's no one who passed away in my family and we didn't bury that person. My dad passed away, we buried him and did all the ritual, all the ceremony that he deserved. But so as the Ifa priest was insisting on the fact, saying that there's somebody who passed away and they didn't bury it, the king said, okay, anyway, my dad is no longer alive, but my mother is there. So we may call her and she will tell us if maybe she knows somebody passed away in the family and they didn't see the corpse to bury. When the mother came and the king explained him that it is what the Ifa priest is saying, she just started crying. She bowed, not bowed down, prostrate and start crying. She prostrate and start crying. So he said that once upon a time when the king's dad was alive and they were husband and wife, it happened some moment and they didn't, there was misunderstanding and they were no longer talking to each other, and the king's father was neglecting her. So it was like she was alone, having no support from the king's dad, and then she started going in bush to look for firewoods.
Loki.
Chimpanzee. So one day, while going for looking for firewood, she came across a gorilla. I think chimpanzee, a big point. At that time, Bob, at that time, there was communication with animals as well. Animals and people could, human beings could communicate. And then the monkey, or the I don't know the type exactly, we look for that later. And then the animal talked to the lady that, okay, he would like to have sex with her. Like a human being. And when you see the animal, it is on 2 feet, just like human being. The only difference is the hairs that was in his body. And after a while, it happened that they had sex. And after a while, after the first round, the monkey asked for a second turn, and
chumena bloko ne yesu ne no emiu wasu mi to no blo no emiu.
In fact, she was afraid of being killed by the animal. And then the woman tell the gorilla or the monkey, okay, when I have sex with my husband and he needs a second round, there is a ritual that we used to take. And I would like, if you want a second round, then you will take that ritual first. And when she said that to the monkey, yes, there's no problem. What is the ritual?
Bon, elle la Syrie dit was zenaki da holko. Udo, elle a
and then she take the stuff.
And Udo a Syrie ko ezi o sunsin and the penny on the you know it the action serious sin. If you and the Catholic, also to the able when any
okay. So she take the axe that she had and then break a wood. But the wood, it's true that the wood is divided but not totally apart from each other. And the axe was still in the wood. And then she asked the chimpanzee to put his penis in the wood for the ritual. And then when the chimpanzee puts its penis in the wood, she will remove the axe. And then it attacks it hurts the chimpanzee, which starts crying. And that cry sounds like Oro's voice. The way Oro talks at night. We are not going to imitate that in this temple. Yeah, I will not. And then the woman ran away from the animal. And after a while of crying, the chimpanzee got tired and passed away. So they stayed there, the corpse stayed there, and it remains only bones. The skin was removed from the bone.
Then you know what in the home. But void, you don't know, they in a soil, Nadi, Totone, when Dion, and as a hospital, Dion, home, Womamina, Morani, they look here, when I wear Hukone, Olekobo, Nuku, B, Namo, better ya Binamo, a hospital. Suffit on a de on attend des courantos. Cacaca, when I'm moins. Cacaca, when I'm a hospital, so
So, when the mother of the king narrated the whole story, the Ifapri said, yes, now the truth is out. But before peace occurs and you will have children in your life, we have to bury that ancestor, because that gorilla is your true father. The person you used to think was your father has never been your father. So we need to bury that monkey, that chimpanzee, before peace occurs. And then, when they go to the place, you could see bones. It is the woman who directs some people, bring people to the place where the event occurred. And since we say it is the king's dad, do you think that will tell people that are, the king we have now is from animal. His dad is a chimpanzee. And we want to bury somebody who does not have the body. It is only bones that they want to gather. This needs to be secret and sacred things. So the mother of the king, the king delegated some people who are initiated at different levels, and then they follow the priest to go there, and exactly they at the place they saw the bones, and there were rituals they do there, and bring the bones home, and it becomes a sacred thing, and they do the ritual to bury the person. So it is in front of the king's mother, the woman, that they do all the thing, the ritual, and that ceremony, that ancestor, that burial is what we call in Oro. Everything that we do in Oro is related to that history, and is related to the rituals that was carried out that time. It was in a forest. So it is in that forest that everything started. And after so after the burial of the bones and the ritual recommended by the spirit, just after a while, the wives of the king, start bearing children. So they realize that, oh, this thing is worship thing. That is the way Oro started. And they worship it, and every year in the family, especially from his saint, they started worshiping up to now. And it is from there that the people from the land and so on and so forth start practicing Oro. That's the way Oro started.
Australia.
So it is taking vast dimension now. I even heard about Oro in Australia today. I don't know if it is true, but I heard that. So guys, you now know where Oro starts from, why women are not allowed to see Oro. It is not because when they see they will pass away or something will happen to them, but it's because of their nature. Thank you. See you for next video.
C'est resté secret jusqu'à aujourd'hui.
Okay. And that's the way we keep it secret. So if you want to see Oro, the first condition is to be a man. And after being a man, you need an initiation. And they will show you the sacred things. Then if you play with sacred things, you will see the drawback. But not to women. We will not show it to women. It's strictly forbidden, and we are not going to modify what our ancestors have planned or set up. Thank you.